Hello, everybody. Welcome to a critically average adventure, and welcome to this minisode. Like it's like I like that, like a nematode.
Not where I was going with that, but okay.
Or an axolotl. I don't know. It's like
cute.
a small lizard creature. That we like to call the Fragments. It's a D&D 5e campaign that I'm playing.
It's a fragment of a fragment game.
And these are my long-suffering friends.
Well, I'm technically a new suffering friend, but
well, it's been what, a year you've been with us this long?
I reckon it's longer than that.
Yeah.
And what is time?
Well, we started like in lockdown.
Yeah.
Wobbly, timey-wimey. That's time.
Yeah.
What
So
happened?
last time that we saw our janky band of companions,
we kicked ass and took names.
They had turned a fight around, basically, that seemed to be going very much
going horribly wrong.
Wrong. And was going terribly badly, and a wizard was kicking their ass until the point of a bucket of rope.
He's in a bag now.
He's in a bag, yeah. He's in a bag now.
And he's now,
So I'm going to find him like 6 weeks down the line and be like, ew.
Yeah.
Well, no, because I think that because
I would put it in here just before I put this corpse in here.
Yeah.
Well,
bags are holding preserved stuff.
Nothing can breathe in there, so I'm assuming that.
Yeah, it's like it's anaerobic. It's an anaerobic environment.
So
So no bacteria. He'd bloat, but yeah, heat would decompose his own internal bugs and stuff like that because they get their nutrients from inside his body. So he'll be bloaty, pussy corpse, but there's no flies or maggots or anything like that. So he'll just be like this balloon of a person, real green and yellow and purple and all the wonderful colors of decomposition. Bodies are really colorful. Anyway.
Yeah. So they killed him, put him in a bag. Then after that,
I read books. It's interesting stuff.
They started to muck around with the crystal and the plants and the mycelium.
Yeah, we read them up around
the crystal and the bubbles, and they managed, now that there was a caster around controlling these newly formed fresh bubbles of spatial distortion, portals to who knows, got them to drift in the direction that they wanted to, and basically pocketed the 8-ball in by dropping a large chunk of mysterious crystal into a portal that promptly sealed itself shut, and all the other bubbles that were in this space went and sealed up. And then you didn't really know what you'd done.
Yeah, it was
I did send a message to the.
Oh yeah, we did. We did literally wrap a message around a rock and throw that in through as well. Just in there.
I tore off a bit of bark.
Oh, a bit of bark. Yeah. Sorry, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry.
Love it. I love it.
Kills everything on your.
This was literally a brick with a note wrapped around it. Gotcha.
Yeah,
it was in Primordial in Terran that went. Sorry, we figured you'd be best able to cope with a big pink crystal.
That's the equivalent of tying a note to a brick, throwing it through a window, and saying, "Sorry, I broke your window."
Pretty much.
In other words, it was not
our problem anymore.
It would have been all right if it was like the window of a glass blower's. You see, that's the logic.
That's logic.
If I break your window and you're sort of a glass place, then you're okay. That's what we've
worked. Wow.
So it's okay to throw bricks.
Jax's mind is a dizzying place. It's a dizzying place, I tell you.
They're the best ones to deal with it.
So who's around? So it's just us, the core.
Currently,
everyone else is
unless
dead.
you want to do a time lapse forward to the surface
Well,
which way you choose will
Oh God, how are we
obviously
going to get? Oh no, how are we going to get back
be
up? There's some really
interesting.
difficult places to go. We have to yell at the dragon and go, all right, go to the left.
You got yourselves at this point a chasm beneath you. You have this kind. It's vast, and you can still smell the kind of sense of being underground, that kind of drippiness. But you also get the earthy sense that are coming from this, where the trees kind of push through into the rock and below. You can see the mycelia is still wrapping round the tree. It is retracted slightly, but it's also kind of cushioning, holding, lifting, supporting the branch as well. But you basically got two routes: mycelia, where you came, or follow the trunk,
or down.
or down. No,
That was easy.
Well, we could take it in turns because you've got your ring. We could like attune to it, jump off, and then Charlie could bring it back up, and then we could attune to it and jump off and meet at the bottom.
Tempting. I was also thinking teleportation. Do you maintain your momentum?
Are you just gonna?
Walk off. Teleport standing.
Have you got the reaction to do it, Owen?
Well, I got 80 feet to test it on.
Well, they changed it. So it used to be you fell at 60 foot around, and now you fall at 500. So if it's less than 500, you don't get a chance to do anything. You still go splat.
How much do you fall out? Say 500.
500
feet. What?
in around. They changed it recently, or at some
What
point.
is everyone made of lead? How fast is that?
500 feet
around. How long's a round roughly?
6 seconds.
6 seconds.
So fine.
It's like faster than like.
I think it was more the fact that it stops people doing stupid shit like sort of, I'm gonna fall and then I'm gonna fall and then I'll misty step and not go squitch.
So that's 83 83 recurring. So 80 call it 83 second.
Joel's like, I need to know this.
Yeah.
It needs to know.
Oh, well, the one I just looked up was oxygen is required for microbes to decompose organic waste efficiently. Some decomposition occurs in the absence of oxygen and aerobic conditions. However, the process is slow and foul odors may develop.
So, okay, 56.
So it's going to be Jax's stinky sack, is what you're telling me. Jax, what's in your stinky sack? Whoop, it's a corpse, and it's another corpse.
Oh, okay. So you'll be full. So you fall at half terminal velocity.
Yeah, terminal velocity is
actually. So actually, no. Take it back. We're all made of feathers and light and marshmallow because we're actually lighter than you expect.
Nice.
All the air is actually really air in this world is really dense, so the pressure difference.
But it still means that if it's 500 feet, you just go splat.
Yeah, absolutely. You need it's got to be at least 6. Yeah,
and it has to be a point you can see to teleport to. So
that's why I can see.
If it's 500, this is 800 feet, and you've only got dark vision for
60.
X many feet.
60
you
feet.
Can't see the place where you can land, so you can't choose to teleport to it. So you still goes black.
It's a risk because it depends on how many. So I move 500. There's 300 to go. Oh yeah, no. But it's more than that.
500 feet, you teleport 80 feet back up, and then go.
It's only like 20d6 because it caps at 20 technically.
Okay, yeah. So this is the wonderful story of D&D or level based systems. At level 1, you fall down the stairs, take X amount of damage, and scream, writhing on the floor. Half your hit points just disappeared, broken leg, and screaming. At level 20, you jump out the window of a 3rd-story building because it's quicker than taking the stairs.
Mm-hmm.
Boom.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Um,
I've
which way
taken
do you want to go?
1d10 damage.
You are standing on this place.
Well,
I will say that there is a different feeling around you now. There is,
Well, no one trying to kill us.
yeah, there's that. There's a feeling of relief.
good.
There's a feeling of, success. There's a feeling of, almost like you've moved, like up in
The
level.
plot line. Full.
Yeah, and moved the plot line forward.
I can help myself. Can help myself.
And you stand, Killian. Well, actually, anyone that is in touch with their magical intuition and like Killian and myself, you would feel there is, and because the way the Fae interacts with most folks and kind of gives you a kind of sense of whimsy, like a little bit of glittery edging to things, like the beginnings of having a very nice glass of strong port where everything goes a little bit fuzzy, rose tinted glasses maybe,
Like me.
yeah, like you drinking mead or not you drinking gin, but
No.
you have that kind of is removed. There's kind of a withdrawing of that feeling as those bubbles close. It's less
well,
less vague.
do we need to go and talk to the Enchapar people and tell them to stop being dicks and that their tree's not going to be poisoned anymore? Or are they just going to work it out?
You see this kind of empty claw at the end of the tree. And Charles said to it, Jackson, I think they might figure it out.
But how big is the tree that has roots this size? It's taken them this long to work it out. It may take them another 1,000 years.
Well, the
It's
elves
not
have
very far.
time. They are one of the long-lived races.
Popeye, stop trying to eat packing peanut.
But do we sit there and say stop being dicks and sending people down here to kill mushrooms? Because we got rid of your crystal problem. Because we might find when we get up to the top, all the bubbles up there have ended as well, because we've got rid of the.
I think it's something we need to look at. See whether or not anything has changed.
Shall we make our way to the surface? I mean, let's go. I mean,
And we should probably tell the Silver Dragon, after all, it was dedicated its lives to protecting everything. It'd be unfair not to leave it somewhat uninformed.
Lives, doesn't it? Because it kind of died once, so it's like back again. So it's got
That
two.
makes it all, I think, all the more important.
Or is it now like because there's no big pink crystal, it doesn't need to worry about being guardian and can go off and do its own thing?
that might be nice. If it's been down here a while, it might enjoy a breath of fresh air, especially since being sucked into his body being exhausted and being taken to the ethereal plane.
Well, let's go back up. The mushroom knows about the fact the crystal's gone, so that's all good. All the druids are dead, so we can't really do anything for them.
I'm surprised you haven't stuffed that one in the bag.
Why would I want?
Give it back to his families for resurrection, or reincarnation, or consumption, or whatever they do.
Isn't he like a druid? Don't they like just become like fertilizer?
I don't think the mushrooms would mind. They'll make use of these.
Oh, let's bring Buddy back to at least the big mushroom, then we can pop him down there. And then I can kill any of those little creatures I find.
He gave his life for them.
Go.
That's why he was here, on the word of the mushrooms themselves. I think it's only maybe proper, maybe what Brachia would have wanted.
Which one is it?
I think it's Brachia, isn't it? The one that Killian was torturing.
Yeah.
You build Brachia and Stally.
Yeah, we only had Brachio left. Everyone's kind of gone.
Yeah, one fell off. Didn't one
Yeah,
fall?
No,
he ran up to him, and the guy just turned around and vaguely waved his hand, and he went, ah! Because that was when me and Charlie
One
were
was
flying above them.
frozen. One got blasted with Charles, didn't he?
Yeah.
well, no, because the one that got blasted with Charles is the one that Charles flew down and rescued.
There were two.
The
When me and Charlie
Oh
went
yeah,
down,
yeah.
there were two. One died, we turned back.
Oh yeah.
But I
that's-
think some died up top, didn't they?
Yeah, it was
We might as well-
Brachio that was down there, and then Charlie dived off the thing, swooped down, saved him, brought him back up, and then he got promptly killed.
He nearly joined. Charlie nearly joined him. So no.
So we'll take okay. So we'll drag a dead druid up to a dead Brachia up to thingy.
Okay, so you make your way through the tunnels. It's a little bit more sedately the walk up as you from the journey down, which you did upon the wild-shaped form of the the
Got it.
druids.
I think it's fair enough that he carried us on the way down, so we're carrying him back up.
Yeah, this is it. It's quite fitting actually, and although this doesn't
Again,
feel
it's like you have to stuff him in the bag. It's lighter. Thump.
yeah, it's not.
Max has like 20
with
strength. He hasn't
possession,
really
but it
noticed.
is,
Good point.
it's called a jam mallow, I'm afraid. Actually, that's what it says on the
No,
packet.
these are Mikado.
Oh, they're so good. I remember those.
What?
Foam, it's spongy foam deliciousness. Like marshmallow strips, coconut jam down the middle, and biscuit. Yeah.
Okay, I don't think.
I
I've
think-
ever had.
I used to have like a blowtorch for doing creme brulees, and I used to melt the top of them and turn the other one upside down and go and make a sandwich out of them. It was so good.
I love you so much. That sounds amazing.
I'm sorry, Pete. I don't know what happened there.
Right. What was the old name for these?
Oh, fuck knows. No, can't remember. Sorry.
Because I've always known them as Mikados. And
I
then
think that's the
Mikado-
brand.
No,
Mikado-
no, these are what
No,
are
I
they?
think Mikados were like the traditional brand of.
No, these are Bolans. But jam mallows always used to be called Mikados, and everyone argues with well, you and your family always argue with me about it, and I'm like, no, it's an Irish thing. They've always been called Mikados. Mate, don't argue with
Only
me
what
about
I'm
it.
getting is like the Japanese sticks with dunked in chocolate.
No,
No, Mikado jam biscuits. It's made by the same people. They're just called jam mallows over it. It's only when it's over in like Leprechaun Land.
yeah, but they're all made in the same place. They're all made in Dublin. They've always been called
They
Mikados.
can handle it over here.
I like how your accent suddenly changed when you started
I
talking
know.
about it.
Don't when
That's brilliant.
when I'm passionate about something, I'm like, nah.
Oh no, the Irish is coming out here.
comes-
Don't.
And that's why we don't get gin in the house with Bean, because she literally becomes a dairy girl. You cannot.
Get out.
Is it only gin?
Yeah, that's
only
the only
gin
one
drunk.
that gets gin drunk. It's we're just not really yeah. So you come to a large
You try and
expanse glowing with
Oh.
phosphorescence and spore hangs heavy in the air. There are several John, you see one of the scurrying creatures you've seen before, and you attempt to you look away, you keep yourself clear of this strange little hamster mushroom creature as it scurries past. Killian, do you look at the strange mushroom creature?
I'm not sure Owen will avoid them. There may be some sort of massacring murder thing going.
Yeah. I'm going to suddenly and very instantaneously throw a dagger at Jax and appear on his shoulder. Yeah. Literally right behind me. And now literally resting on your head. You're higher up.
Do I what do I do?
You can just see this kind of hamster thing scurrying about at some distance. It's not engaged you yet. It's just
Oh, okay, that's
scurrying
fine.
around like
I ain't bothered by them.
harvesting stuff. Yeah. Okay.
Killian's like no interest.
And in
shit
this
like that.
space, you can see the bodies that you had previously encountered. The elves you previously encountered are already being subsumed by the mycelial net that is obviously composting them and taking their composite parts and making
Do
them.
any of them have mushrooms coming out of their eyeballs?
Yeah. That's because I love how to describe. I like seeing that, and
we will drop
Owen hates that.
in the big mushroom pit.
Yeah. You walk closer, and those that you've imbibed the communicating spores.
I'm never eating mushrooms ever again. I don't care what they ever again.
In their communicating way, telepathically into their mind, you hear.
Did I have coconut?
Yeah, coconut on your chin. You hear the voice insipid in your minds says, this one was so delicate to us, so very kind, a fine tender of all things that pertain to the preservation of the forest. When last he was here, before the time that is now, we spoke at great length about the possibilities of realities beyond realities.
My God, it's a hippie.
Do you talk to Celatry in your head or with your mushroomness?
We can speak. He is imbibed of our essence, of our spore.
Do you want to let him know that the crystal's gone?
Yes, we can do that if you would like us to.
Can you act as a hub, like an Irwin chat, and sort of so we can talk and he can hear and vice versa?
There is a way to become one with the network if that's what you wish.
But I don't want to be a mushroom person.
Not necessarily one, but part.
I was about that close from chopping you down. Because I still think you're weird and crystal infested.
Your decision would have been a difficult one.
Why would it have been a difficult one?
Not for yourself.
I have noticed everyone's just down staring at the big mushroom.
Yeah.
Everything okay?
The big mushroom said you want to become one with the big mushroom.
Oh, that sounds like a threat.
But the big mushroom can tell Celatry that the pink crystal's gone.
It's really not that bad, Owen. It's a bit insipid, I suppose. It's a bit weird.
I am perfectly fine with things living down here. I'm a city boy. I prefer to be up there.
Are you not just in a different sort of city? You're in a mushroom city.
Yes, I am aware. And I don't like the residents, I say, eyeing up the hamster.
So do you want to let Celatry know?
The eyes are really big. And just scurried up again.
Probably why. Can I throw it last time? I remember rightly.
Do you want to let Celatry know that the pink crystal's gone? Also, is there anyone that can show us out? Because all the guides, people that showed us down here, are dead.
You wish to leave?
Yeah.
That is disappointing. We didn't know much of you. But that is okay. We shall meet again. Would you like us to take you there? Or would you like someone to take you there?
Take the second one.
Very well.
Is that going to take us past Celatry, or is there a different route out?
Where would you like to go? The desert lies nearest the route via cemetery. The main route that you can follow up and through will take you near the bottom, near the outer bows of Enthaven.
Is there anywhere near the Enshapari people?
That would be Enthaven,
That one probably.
of course. And you see, like, the next question he asks is, and the body of this one will become one of us, and it will spread our web, our net, further, if you lay it at our feet. The one that died, Brackett, who gestures.
I've literally dropped it in the hole with the big.
Yeah, that's
tree,
already
right.
kind of like little white spores, little fungal, little wigglies coming up. And out of it grows a little mushroom. Still kind of white, fibrous little thing, almost like a little ghost. It's not even fully formed. It grows it so quick. And it has these kind of white, you know, like how a jellyfish moves. Kind of like that around it.
I understood when you people got buried, this all happened underground. It's absolutely utterly horrifying, disturbing to see it laid bare.
I don't think that normally happens.
Oh, that's why I'm very glad for.
Yeah, bed. Toby.
Of course,
That's not normal.
of course, where I'm from, we mostly burn people. It's not really. It's very hard to bury people when the ground is ice.
Loads of like tubey things because we went down tunnels of them and like we got
Yeah,
attacked.
they're not meant to be there. That's a problem.
I mean, they're not meant to be there. Like they were a part of the churchy place.
There was a bit that was a churchy place where you have met.
Because I used somebody to like, so I had to get Charlie to say sorry to him.
Yes. Oh yeah. And you didn't. You met. You were like down there, and then you just had a load of carrion crawlers. And
Yeah,
then
I'm brutally aware of it.
yeah, and that was quite a nasty fight. I remember. Yes. So yeah, this little kind
But
of
it's not meant to be there.
this little misty ghost appears, misty ghost mushroom, and kind of floats off, lands a bit, and it kind of touches the ground as it walks. And every time its little what you would assume to be feet or
Ambulatory pseudopods.
yeah, they kind of almost bond to the floor every time and kind of then pull away.
Ooh.
And then it puts its next foot down and pull away as it walks along, kind of floating and reaching out. And as it rushes past stuff, it kind of like drags its little tendrils along stuff. And it's, well, isn't that charming? And it glows slightly as well, with the phosphorescence. I like it. What? You wouldn't pay to see that at a show? I certainly would.
I start laughing. I literally burst out
We'll
laughing.
leave it, Erwin. It's all good. We're going out. We're going to go and have a chat with the Enshapari people and tell them to stop being dicks.
I wonder if there's a future for the Dried Mushroom Kingdom's entertainment department.
No time.
As we head back out,
You could be their agent.
what I will do on the way out is I will look at my special resty mushrooms and see if I can find any.
Oh, okay. Make me a.
He's going harvesting.
Survival check.
A survival check.
Yeah, hold on. Go and get me a map. I'll tell you what's there.
I rolled a whopping 13.
Whopping 13.
1-3.
Average.
Our proficiency bonus has gone up.
Oh,
I
Okay.
really should make stuff. I shouldn't be an adventurer. I should be a blacksmith. With smithing tools, I'm at plus 13.
Dude, seriously. Why are you not a blacksmith?
Well, to be honest, I only have plus 13 because I have my giant runes that give me expertise with the smithing tools. So I had to be an adventurer to get there.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
But I did good work when I was in the smith in the place.
While you're looking that up,
Mhm.
could I be looking round to see if there are any mushrooms or any greenery that could be used for medicinal things or food or anything like that? Please.
Make me an investigation check, Killian. On.
Okay. Where am I
Mm.
going?
Right in front of you.
For some reason, I was still looking for my pink case. My brain is not working. I'm just sorry.
That's fine. No one's brain's working.
Okay. With your check, what you do find, Jax, is not what you're looking for, but you do find something interesting. You
Okay.
find a type of mushroom that you have seen before.
Is that
Sorry?
Is that the itching powder one?
No, this is one that you haven't seen for a long time, except when trekking through some of the tunnels that are in the north of Cnus, that you can use as kind of mountain passes and stuff through the mountains rather than around on the outside. Shortcuts basically, and they take you into some parts of the Underduck. You find a mushroom known as a rubber top. It is about this big,
Descriptive.
and the caps are very, very bouncy.
Can Erwin use it like a trampoline?
You would think Erwin could get propelled maybe an extra 5 feet if bounced from this thing. You could bounce a small or medium creature 5 feet if you held one of these. Maybe you'd have to preserve it somehow, but
How about if we made it big?
if you made it big, many people could jump on it and bounce far.
Does it float?
You do not know this quality.
Oh, stick a rubber top in rubber top mushroom in the bag.
Yeah. What did you get?
I hadn't rolled because I didn't know how loud it would be against you guys talking.
Okay,
so
that
I
was
being
very
considerate.
considerate. Thank you, Killian. No one, that's not like
Because
me.
the tray's right near the laptop. I was like, that would be a 9.
Killian with a
So-
9.
Yeah.
Didn't
You
hear that
do
either.
not find that anything medicinal. You do find a heap of rusted metal stuff that you would assume from watching the process of these creatures, this is stuff they couldn't compost, and they've kind of made a little heap.
Like a scrap heap.
Yeah.
Can I have a look at the scrap heap? Have a nosy at it?
Mm-hmm. It seems to be swords, shields, like little bits of ring mail or little rings, little trinkets and things like that. Non-combustible.
Is there anything? So this is going to be multiple questions at once.
Okay.
Oh, right.
We like those.
Note to self: don't use that hand like that. So I'll have to do it this way. Is there anything that I recognise? Is there anything that could be useful to us? Is there anything that I'm getting any magical tinglings from?
Let's have an arcana, or
Right.
you may use some sort of spell if you want to quicken this process. If you have detect magic prepared, that would be something you might want to use right now. Killian, not.
Okay.
So what's Killian found?
A pile of non-compostable metal.
Okay. Could I cast an eye over it in a
Yeah.
that be anything sort of smithable or repairable or useful?
Non-compostable metal is an interesting terminology.
It's something they couldn't instantly turn the biological matter.
Basically, they turned everything else into goo, and this is what was left over.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. That's interesting because, like, most metals are compostable because most of them will oxidize at some point. Thus, they will basically
Yeah,
break
I mean,
down
it
into
is
rust.
in a rusted state. Most of the stuff you can see here is
Yeah.
trash now. It's just kind of the odd
Yeah.
pile of rings and coins and
So the thing with that is it's up to 30 feet.
yeah.
So if this is in front of me,
Mhm.
I don't want the detect magic thing to stretch. Because that will just confuse me. Because it just says yes then.
It goes ping,
Get
ping, ping.
close.
Sorry, I missed all of that. What?
I kind of assume it's like sort of a radar thing.
Ah.
You get ping, 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 ping. So you get a pile of pings from us. And
Yeah,
stuff.
kind of. Yeah, you would sense some stuff glows on.
Okay, so shall I do that then?
Yeah, it's up to you. Go for it.
Because I have thingy.
It's literally the spell designed to do exactly what you want to do rather than winging it with an Arcana check.
Yeah, so I'll do.
Okay.
Go for it.
Okay, I will cast that. Da-da-dee. Ding. There we go.
You obviously pick up your friends around you, and you look upon the pile,
Yes.
and you I'm trying to find the table now.
Toby, go away. See, this is what makes me think you're deaf. But then you can hear me open the fridge when you are asleep upstairs. Bed.
Hear or sense?
Yeah, the smell might be. It might be able to smell the difference in the food. Food smells are massive.
No, like this dog does not use his nose.
Roll me a D100, please, Killian.
Can't I just roll a d20 5 times and add it together?
No.
Which is easier, to roll 2d10 or 5d20?
It's just because I haven't rolled 5d20 and I just like the sound of it.
It's not this game, Killian. I'm afraid it's a different game.
I just liked the sound of getting to roll 5d20s in a row.
But you also cut off some of the numbers of the pop.
When you start shooting Necron guns.
Is that? They're both d10s,
Yeah.
aren't they? 22.
20.
Which ones were the 10s?
Roll again.
13.
13. Critically have. You find something not metal within the pile, but it has metal kind of on the outside, these little kind of bandings going down that have started to decay. But you find some glass. You find a potion of superior healing.
Superior healing. Ooh.
In this heap.
What did you want me to have a roll for to see if there's
I guess you'd roll like a Smith's check, wouldn't you? Which is your proficiency and stuff, or investigation with your proficiency, I guess. Is that right?
Well, I've got smithing tools thing, or I've got investigation.
What did your smithing tools thing say?
Well, that's plus 13 because if I'm using them, I get expertise.
Oh well, okay. If you're going to get that, you would find what is good in the pile anyway. Just superior. I think it comes up. Just put superior.
If you put potion of healing, it should. Are you trying to?
Yeah, she's trying to add it. Come on. What does Jax find? Let's find.
So superior is a blue one that gives you 8d4 plus 8.
There.
My
that
stomach,
your
that was my
stomach?
stomach rumbling, yeah.
80 with just eaten. Says the girl that did bring him
That
up.
got to do with anything?
Huh?
Having just eaten, what's that got to do with anything about?
To be fair, like your stomach does make weird sounds. No, I don't like the sound your stomach makes. Right. Is that all I find then in this pile of crap?
Yeah, that is, yeah.
So that's magical.
Yeah.
But then did I find anything useful? Did I find anything that I recognise?
Nothing really that makes any sense to you, but Jax does find, as he comes over and casts his sort of more professional eye over it, Jax, you find a wickedly edged sickle amongst the pile. It's basically a +1 sickle.
I will point it to. I will pass it to Killian and be like, "You missed that."
I will pick it up.
You have a +1 sickle. It is kind of up curved like this, and it has
Is a sickle the thing that they use in the fields to cut down?
Yes.
yeah.
A small one, hand for like rushes. So it's very, very sharply curved. So you grab a bunch of reeds, and then you can just put them down. It's not like a scythe, which is a two-handed whoosh sort of thing. It's more for cutting reeds.
I used to pick the daffodils in the field up there.
Yes, yeah, like something akin to that. It has some writing upon it in
You can read.
Which you can read.
Suck on that,
Yeah.
I can read it.
You start looking at it, and you look upon it, and you go. At first, you blink, and then things have changed, Killian, with your eyes as you kind of focus on it, and it kind of rotates. You can see this script on the sickle, and it's perfectly illegible. But then, with a couple of blinks of those big blue peepers of yours, it kind of comes into focus.
Is that the sound you think my eyes make when they blink?
Yeah.
They sound very wet. I don't like the sound of that.
Big old wet blue eyes. That's what they call Killian on. There's a song about you, actually, bards sing. Big old wet blue eyes. By
Is it like, sorry, brain's going 100 miles an hour right now. So in the Chamber of Secrets where he writes Tom Marvolo Riddle and then he waves this wand over it and the letters go and float around and then spell out I am your father.
Yeah,
is it similar to that?
It kind of, it's almost like, no, they turn almost like clockwork.
Oh,
and rotate like,
okay.
And they like all the lines move into places that you can understand them.
Okay.
And
what
you get the message on the sickle says,
"Cut me, bitch."
That's me, bitch.
Yeah.
No, it does not.
What the hell?
If you read this, it's too late.
I think that's what you will get re-engraved. You might ask that of Jackson here to get that embossed. And like,
Cut me, bitch.
Cut me, bitch.
Go around the blade. Or come at me.
Come at me, bruh.
Come at me, bruh.
No, it doesn't say come at me, bro, or cut me, bitch.
Oh, this is what happens when I've been peopling too much. I'm sorry.
Did you say people? Oh yeah.
It says on the it says on the blade every drop for the Spider Queen.
Ooh. Creepy.
That's a battle to see.
Worm King versus Spider Queen. Oh.
Pretty sure.
This is the kaiju battle of across the deserts of the half expanse. The worm, the spider. I can see it right now. Yes.
Right, I need to. Can you?
You want me to add it to your inventory for you? No,
Because I'm a child
Mm-mm,
and I
sorry.
can't find shit.
And this little figure starts guiding you on your way out.
What little figure? Oh, the sucky thing.
The little
The what?
Little ghosty brachia. Mushroom ghosty brachia.
Yeah, the little sucky thing. As you described it.
You
That's
have
how I see it.
absolutely no remorse, Killian, either, as this is your the one that you have scared, abused, stuck his head into the portal of the ethereal plane at some point that opened up here
Now,
at the death of a dragon.
is it? You said it's like a ghosty kind of form, or is it like
it's a
mushroom form?
physical form, but it's made of this glowing mycelia.
So
And it
is there any way I would be able to cut it with the thing that I've just been given by Jax?
yes.
Can I
You,
just go?
you want to kill our guide before we get out of the tunnels?
No,
I
I
would-
just want to kind of swipe him a little bit.
You
just
think
see
this thing is so fragile, Killian, that
when touch will be like,
yes, it could be
okay.
dangerous to do such a thing.
Okay, I won't then. I'll be good. Killian be good.
Have a croissant. You've not had one of them for a while.
Oh, true. I'll have a croissant.
You have a croissant
Yeah.
and think about killing your guide.
Yeah.
Yeah, you leave the main
Are we taking the same route?
no,
We're going a different route.
no, you asked to go towards the closest to Enchapar as you could be.
Yeah.
So you're
So-
led actually back down to the main trunk where you were, the trunk route, and you start making your way up the route of this giant tree above. So you've gone back down the tunnel.
Where are we going?
Tell the engine power guys to stop being dicks and that we may have fixed their problem.
Oh, okay. Let's
Yes,
just hope this individual that we're carrying in the corpse carrying bag is not an intrapar like Noble.
Years, but we don't have to tell him we've got the dead dude.
Okay.
We don't have to tell him we've got a dead dude.
no, you don't.
Well, at
just-
least 3 days, then the smell.
That happened very slowly.
It does. Okay. 3 months, then the smell.
I think
Just long enough you forget, yeah.
I'll either have completely forgotten about him or I've dumped him by then.
yeah. What's that?
Listen, you need a shower because, man, you're ripe. But you showered. What? Why? What's the smell coming from?
The thing is, I get the idea that like none of us would notice because we're just used to that smell.
Yeah, after time.
From Jax's general area.
We'd walk away from him for a while, then we'd come back to him like a day later and go, "Whoo, hang on, something's not right, honey."
Yeah. Like we'd just be used to it. We wouldn't notice it until
Until I take something
yeah.
else out of the bag and it's covered in wizard goo.
and then we'd be like, oh,
That sandwich.
yeah.
Oh no, you just open the bag and whoa, the wash. Look at this cloud of steam. Need a bag of holding. This one's bad. This is good bad.
You get to that point, dear sire, to king, we have returned from the quest to the mountain of the Dark Lord. We have with us your scepter of ultimate power. It is merely within this bag of holding. Sorry about the goo.
It's in this bag of holding, which you can open when we leave. Because bowl. It's actually
I'll probably
it's
take him
puffed
out
up.
tonight.
The bag's whole puffed up like that as well. So it's kind of squidgy.
I'll take him out tonight and we can have a look and see if he's actually got anything useful on him.
Take him out tonight. It made me think like you're actually taking him on a date.
Arrange him in sort of amusing poses. Then we put him back. You know.
You know,
Use him as a bench around the campfire. Just
We're going to set him by now.
He'll be on guard all night.
you know that one mate.
I love that.
Out on a
Just
night
posing
out.
like this.
You know
He's
that
on
one
guard.
friend that always passes out on a night out, and then you end up taking really weird photos with them in really odd like places and positions.
yeah. Most of
will be
those
him.
people aren't dead.
But
This
that's
is
how
where-
that'll be him.
We'll give him back to the edge of par people and he'll have like penises drawn in his face.
And he'll be wearing one of those like you know the pink fluffy L plates that
Yeah,
hentai
and
is
somewhere another fucking traffic cone. What's traffic? Why do they need cones?
But we'll have a look. We'll have a look later when we're out of the mushroom kingdom.
That's where our brains went though. We were like, let's go this do.
It takes some time. It takes. If you want, at this point, you can take some short. You've done some short resting, I believe, haven't you?
Are we?
We did.
Wait.
We did rest out in.
We did. Yes, we did do one.
Yeah, I think you did some hit dice. You walk for about a day, well, about 8 hours or so, 6 hours or so, climbing up this huge trunk, and it gets wider and wider until it becomes that like the trunk is like a floor, and then the ceiling is just above you, where it's clearly just kind of pushed through the rock, and then the rock is kind of in spaces you're having to kind of weave round where the great root has pushed through, and the ceiling is kind of, well, it's close to you, but you can sort of still feel the curvature of the root, if that makes sense. So you have root underneath that curves like this, and you can feel cavernous, you can see rock and cavernous ceilings above you, but they press down upon you. They're not as vast. You feel like that where the crystal was, it had kind of broken into a void beneath the earth. There was not something to push through at that in that area.
Back up.
Yeah.
Maybe deliberately, maybe not. You're not quite sure.
It's a tree. Who can think of the thoughts of trees?
Who knows what the thoughts of trees are? Killian has had a go.
Yeah.
Have I?
Yeah.
That's what you did last time. You could
Erwin tried to have a go at communing with the tree.
No.
You did. You tried Erwin chatting to it.
Yes, I did.
Oh yeah, no, it was Erwin chatting, was it? Trying to release it. You were controlling the mycelia.
Yeah, I was in charge of the mushroom.
You were a mushroom master.
And I was realizing that trees don't really have thoughts.
Language.
Or language at all in any way, shape, or form. So it made a very interesting conversation.
Area that looks a good spot to camp. And stop your journeying for the day. You are quite exhausted.
I have noticed that we haven't gotten anywhere yet. Are we sure we're going in the right direction?
You can ask the little mushroom thing.
It doesn't speak mushroom like us. It's not as.
Oh, we can like talk with anything.
Only if it has a language.
Well, it speaks mushroom.
Like a mushroom isn't a language. It's like me trying to talk to a tree, which is not the weirdest thing I've ever done, but it's right up there.
But we can talk to the mushrooms.
So they can talk. So they're mushroom. They've got mushroom language.
I'm not entirely sure you're not just massively hallucinating, but
That hurts my wrist.
Let this all be the dream. It's what I think it's very real. I felt very unwell down there. I've never been so cold. That's when that blast hit me.
Yeah, and then I did a wicked knee slide. And
I wish I could have seen it. Thank you, Killian.
would have loved it.
I don't know. You did a pretty damn impressive capture. Some holy elf out of the sky. That was pretty damn impressive. Let's be honest.
What a waste, though. All that for naught. Well, apart
No,
from hide, I
no,
suppose.
it wasn't for Nout. You did save his life. In the long term, you're not responsible for anything else. You saved his life.
I wonder. Brakia. Brakia. It twitches like it almost recognizes its name, but then kind of just goes back to its kind of floating state. There's some semblance from this little.
Okay, I am not talking to the mushroom, Jackson.
Can I try?
Yeah.
Can I be a little bit more aggressive than Charles?
Are you?
Oh,
is
Still our
it-
mushroom. It's showing us the way out.
Are you shroom talking? Are you speaking?
Shroom talking.
Shroom talking. What do you say to?
The
here on Shroom Talk.
first thing that wanted to come out of my mouth then, and I had to try really hard to stop it, was "Oi, knobber." And I was like, no.
That's what Killian
It
would
was
say.
long and distinct.
Killian can say it.
Killian wouldn't. Killian's not absolute chav.
What does Killian say?
Just slightly, chav.
Yeah. Oi, elf boy.
We're no longer elf. We were once elf. We're no longer elf.
I love your voices. I don't even know how you do these voices. They're amazing.
You're not the one that has to listen to him trying to create these voices while he's making a cup of tea.
I don't know. I've been there. I
It
was
doesn't
a
have
slime.
eyes. It seems to turn and regard you. We know the name. Oh, yeah. We know the name.
Wanna see it see just doesn't belong here.
We know the name. She belong here. What do you guys?
That's amazing. Genuinely quite amazing how you got that high up.
You pick it up and tickle it.
One of these things just doesn't belong here. No. So they know the name.
We know it. We was once a maybe part of us, maybe. Would you like to be part of us? Little tendril comes. Little bits go. Start reaching towards you. You can. It's fast.
Do I still have the thing in my hand?
No,
The
where's
cut me bitch.
the cut me bitch sickle?
Yeah.
You tell me.
Bitch sickle.
Bitch. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. It's the
The
bitch sickle.
cut me bitch.
You need to
sickle.
rename it in your inventory to the bitch sickle.
The cut me bitch.
Not
sickle.
unfair, but it's like loft based. Yeah, it's pretty much a bit single.
If you have it in your hand, you can pull it. Probably. Yeah.
No.
Oh.
No.
That's not. That's sure. That can cut us.
Yes.
We do not like those things. Takes too long.
Right. Where are we going?
Huh?
How much longer?
Day. One day. One day at a time.
One day at a time.
One day at a time for 5 months.
Yeah. I was like,
Hello.
how many days?
What is?
What?
What is?
What is days? You're saying one day?
What is day?
More than one day?
What is day?
A day? You just said one day.
I heard it somewhere. What is day?
I'm gonna hit you so hard.
What is day?
A day is
I think the poor bastard's losing his mind.
How do you explain time to a mushroom?
I couldn't even explain it to John earlier. Is it what is time?
Timey-wimey, wibbly-wobbly.
Wibbly wobbly, timey-wimey stuff.
What is time?
Don't make me explain day to a mushroom.
You're having the conversation.
Oh,
What is a day? What is time?
well, they don't even see like daylight, do they?
No.
So I can't even explain like, you know, day to night, back to day.
But it doesn't do that anyway because like the Earth doesn't spin properly.
It just goes dark a little later.
Yeah, it's like I don't know how to explain time to a mushroom.
What do you say? Just like there, leave it alone.
Just, yes. Yeah.
That's why. Walk off.
He seems satisfied with the answers, sits down and kind of just floats somewhere just outside the campfire. Kind of it doesn't. Do you light a fire, folks? I don't know what you're doing. How does this campsite look? Tell me.
Probably cold and dark because I'm sure lighting a fire on top of a pile of wood that we're standing on.
Or are we like kind of? I mean, because you said we were climbing, or have
Yeah, it's a shallow climb. You're at maybe like this kind of degree, going up,
Oh, ouch!
and you know.
I'm glad I'm traveling on back of Jack's.
um, yeah. I don't know. I mean, I'm assuming you sort of peg out the tent bag, the sleeping bags, and have them like sort of
Yeah.
get down.
What way do we put the tent? Like entrance facing down or entrance facing up?
No, just a sleeping bags.
I was just gonna do the sleeping bags because like the bedrolls because like
But you peg them so they don't slide and you don't roll off. It's like roll.
no, basically, what happens is in the middle of the night you're kind of trapped at the bottom of the sleeping bag because you know you're on a hill and you slide down it and you're sort of this mess at the bottom of the sleeping bag.
But you're not. But the other way around, you just slide out of your sleeping bag and just go slowly.
Exactly. Like, I'd rather you be stuck in the sleeping bag and have to sort of get out rather than fall off and roll off the tree. When we do make camp, I will dig out Dead Elf and have a look at him and his stuff and things.
And drop
Loot the corpse. Looting the body.
Yes, you have plenty of time as you take your long rest, everybody.
Yay!
And you have a look over your new corpse, your freshest, newest corpse.
Yeah, the freshest
to a
corpses.
mushroom, and as you look over this individual, and you can tell that by elf standards, they are nearing mid to late ages of being an elf. You would understand how they age. This is probably an individual, maybe 200 to 300 years.
You want to have a chat with him, Charlie, and find out what he was doing and like stuff.
Who's doing the questions? I'll do the spell.
Well, I was just we could have a bit of a chat with him before he. I don't know. He might have wandered off. I don't know. I don't quite know how it works.
It's a corpse. How does it wander off?
Well, like the bit that makes him him. Doesn't that's supposed to go somewhere? Like, so when I die, I'm supposed to go up and like sort of party with Grubbush, aren't I? So it works, isn't it?
Well, you tell me.
God.
I've not been reading. I didn't go to many church. Didn't go to church that often.
That mean that when Killian dies, it's like he's stuck in a wormery.
You can go and party with Grubbush. I'm sure you won't mind.
Is that what happens when Killian dies?
I don't know. What do you think happens when Killian? What does Killian think happens when Killian dies?
Killian doesn't think about dying. Killian doesn't think he's gonna die. Killian.
Yeah, true. Truly immortal.
arsehole.
Killian doesn't think he's going to die. I really love that. That is such a Killian thing to
Yeah.
say.
Killian's an arsehole. Like, he's so arrogant that he thinks he's going to outlive everyone.
And probably might, actually.
Yeah, but you know what? Like, he's that.
It's not been proven wrong any time yet.
Yeah, but he's in that mindset. Like, he doesn't think he's ever going to die.
Okay.
But what would happen if he does die? Would it be like he lives in a giant wormery and he just has to spend his days like
You'd have to ask your God.
digging underground
Yeah.
and eating dirt?
You'd have to have a word with your God.
Okay.
Yeah, Charlie kneels next to the corpse and says,
Well,
"I
before, did we find anything on him, like sort of, a name badge or anything?
Amulet.
Does it
Identification.
code in his underpants? Property of
Oh,
Bob.
yeah, you strip him down to his pants, and for some reason that's what you want to do.
Well, thorough. Let's be thorough.
And you
Tattoos,
find
markings,
upon
things like
him
that.
several little like necklaces that are made from they look like fine pieces of bone that have been shaped and
Ooh.
carved. You believe as you pull one of them away that it is some sort of spell casting focus. A necklace that is a bone, and then it's like a bone shaped, like almost like a pendant that's a flower, and on each petal there is a elven inscription on it.
Says what?
And it says on it, Killian, on as you cast your eyes over it, that
I'm going to abuse the shit out of this.
no, it's such a good skill as you look over it. You just glance over it, and again it does a similar thing. Like you look, and then you kind of do a couple of heavy wet blinks.
Why are my eyes so gooey? That's what I want.
Because you got dragon eyes. I always remember. Do you remember the eyes from in Dragonheart? Them big eyes.
Yeah.
And like
The
the
double-
eyes like
Have the double
Smaug.
eyelid.
Sorry.
You have the double blink.
Yeah. You got the double swipe, double tap. Like. And you like this really. No, you look at the pendant, and it also it's like it says of Martin Shapar, and it kind of gives a rating. This kind of like high sorcerer kind of rating as you read it. It's a elven word that would mean that like a badge of office, but also the spellcasting focus.
Like sheriff badge. That kind of
yeah.
thing.
Something that more almost in a religious setting you kind of get the feeling.
Yeah, but you know what I mean? It would be like,
deputy dog.
like state of such and such sheriff.
Yeah,
That
I
kinda-
guess, yeah. It locates them as who they what family they are.
Yeah.
But that's almost like a subtext. But it's kind of almost like this is where they sit in a hierarchy.
Yeah.
But you don't know much of Enshapar family structure. But from the garments and raiments that they're wearing, you can tell this is of rich cloth, rich fabric. And from what Brakir and Stally and the others have told you, that the Enshapari are always kind of if there was an upper class in the Elven Society, which there isn't, of course there isn't, this would be it. There's just different functions. No one's upper class. Not a class system. So.
No, it's not a class system. It's a caste system. It's way worse.
It's even worse. Yeah, and that's what you find that. You find on their finger you find a ring also.
Surprise.
With a big brass a big ruby in it, big red ruby. You estimate the ruby to be quite a valuable commodity.
You estimate
They-
maybe to be a fake.
No.
That's what I was half expecting you to say. It's like he looks so fancy, but he's not at all.
You think this is probably worth about 1,000 gold pieces, just the Rubio set,
Whoa.
without the setting.
Whoa. That is right.
Okay.
With your who would be the best? Jax, make me what's your smithing check? It's 13 anyway, isn't it?
Plus 13.
Okay, you would know instantaneously that this looks it doesn't look elven, the forging of it.
Ring.
Sorry?
The ring.
The ring, yeah, the setting of it, like how it's too angular. It's not got those flowing motions to it. It hasn't got that grace. It has a practicality to it.
Is it dwarvy? Because I got my belt of dwarviness.
No, it's not. But you do get a feeling that you've seen it around before. You think it might be gnomish.
Okay.
The elves and the gnomes.
Okay.
Oh. I'm trying. I'm sorry.
Are you suffering? You camp, you sleep, you spend the night. Anything else that anybody would like to do in the night times?
Well, we can have a chat with our Elfie guy in the morning. Well, can we have the chat tonight? Because then it doesn't use the slot for Charlie tomorrow.
Before you sleep. Yeah. So Charlie sits down, gathers round. Remember, this is only a limited amount of questions you get to ask.
We want to plan them first.
What do you want to ask, Killian? I try to think. Something that's useful, please, Killian.
Does he still have his whippy weapon?
His whippy weapon.
And a whippy weapon.
Yeah. His whippy weapon that he used doesn't seem to be there.
When he first said whippy weapon, my brain went to like a Mr. Whippy, and I was just like, "What whippy weapon? Like what
No, he
ice
had a
cream
whip
weapon?"
thing.
Yeah,
Not
then
a treat.
I then realised I was like, "What ice cream weapon was it?" And then I was like, "Oh."
What would you like to ask, Erwin? Have you got a question for this?
Was he sent down here on orders of his superiors?
Well, can't we just say who sent you down here? Because then we know we need to ask for leader Bob or whatever his name is.
Yeah, but I don't think so, because it could have been literally a messenger, and it'd be a totally valid answer. So I want to know who was who orders, where his orders came from, not who gave him the orders. I'm just trying to wheedle out the who gave you orders? A piece of paper. Well, fuck, because the orders were written down.
Bob from the editing.
Bob from accounting.
Well, if he's got the piece of paper, it might be signed Bob from, Grand High
Accounting.
Bar Bob.
You know that all the Bobs live in Frohast.
Yeah, absolutely. Sorry, you're right, yeah. Too right.
Sorry then, George from the editing department.
Yeah.
Why are editing getting involved in Eldritch Crystals?
That was just, you
Why
know,
the editing department?
you know when someone sends an order, they always go through like the most random department in the office. That's what I went to.
Yeah.
So it's like the department they go through.
Yeah,
It's a
will
It's a
not be
movie-
related.
it's a
you're
movie
hoping they're
It's-
trying
it's
to.
a movie.
Are they deliberately obscuring the root of this
Yeah.
message, or
Yeah.
are they deliberately trying to obscure where the message came from for George? Or George is not even the real person's name. That's just like they just
I'm
see.
sure all the Georges out there would disagree.
Yeah.
in the comments, Georges. Speak up.
Are you real,
Is
Are
there
you
a
real?
George from an editing department?
George from editing? That's nice.
Yeah, but no, John from accounting is actually a meme, a movie meme, because always it's like, Who told you this? Ah, John from accounting. You know,
It's not going to be George from editing.
George from editing. Like it.
Before we talk to the dead dude, I do have one check we need to do first.
Oh God.
And I'm pretty much going to strip him down.
Ah, yes.
I'm going to strip him down to his underpants, and I'm going to check him over for any signs of puddingness
Nicks,
or
marks, yeah.
neck jabs or anything like that.
No.
We might end up talking to something completely different if he is.
Yeah.
You squeeze, you prod, you tickle. You
Probably rub
find-
him up and down with a stone just to see if there's any
No,
magnetism.
I've got that.
Oh no, yeah, we threw it in. Oh no, yeah, that's long gone.
We don't have. We have to
Oh
start.
yeah, we start from
again.
scratch. Shit.
Oh, does that mean though then that me and Erwin don't have the half keys?
No, you still have the. You still have the 2 keys, but the bowl and the crystals down in the underneath.
We now have 2 halves of a useless key because it's now in the Underdark. Probably still bouncing. Ding dong.
It would make a very good like music video watching that bounce around there.
No, this is where it hits an elf, splits open, and then sort of infests this elf body, and you end up with this sort of mutant drow crystal guy pudding thing.
Dryad is many-legged form walking along. What gift can I give my queen today?
A
She was in a
dryad.
power move. Tonk tonk. That'll do. My queen, this is weird.
But yes, I
giving
would
an
like to check that.
Eldritch energy crystal to the Queen of Spiders. Nice. Sounds like a good.
What could possibly go wrong?
You find detect no puddingness. about
No,
this.
like jabs in neck, nothing like that.
No, nothing of the kind.
You know, it could quite possibly be that they were acting genuinely on behalf of trying to save the tree.
Well, I think the Enjapari people have been listening to the tree, and the tree's been poisoned by the crystal, and they've been listening to the wonky tree thoughts.
Yeah, the problem with the crystal, if the tree is, well, the tree has some of it in it. That
So
could
does
take a while.
mushroom.
So that could take a while for that to be drawn out.
That's why I said we need to go and tell them that they don't need to be dicks about it anymore because the crystal's gone.
Yeah, yeah, okay. I will make sure my thieves' tools and picklock and lockpicks are very well secreted around my person, just in case we might need to break out of a jail.
Sorry, guys, stop being dicks. So awesome. I said stop being dicks.
It was around that when they could stop being dicks, and I was like,
Elves, the dicks, the board dicks.
So these
Well, okay, maybe we phrase it as being less dickish.
Oh yeah, that's better.
You can't get rid of the dickishness, but you can be less.
dicker. Of all the things that have come out of people's mouths tonight, and that's what gets John.
Oh, sorry.
You're
always going to be some sort of a dick, but you can be
you're
dick as
Slow
possible.
the dick down a bit, yeah.
But look, can we talk about being slightly less
Less
dicky?
It's kind of like you're always going to be a dick, but can we tone it down a little bit?
Oh, man.
Tone it down a little bit, please.
You're bringing the dick energy too much, man. Tone it back a bit. Pull it back a bit.
Like, just tone it down.
Charles stands ready above the corpse. So yes, I would like to ask
I'm
it.
toning down this
I would
down.
like to ask it specifically who gave him his orders.
Should we find out?
Remember, there was a group of them. They took out the silver dragon. You don't just take out a silver dragon. Well, obviously you do, but without good cause or good reason.
Yeah. And what their mission was actually to do.
Yes.
Because he was doing some sort of spelly thing, and that was obviously because he was making those big orby things. So he was actually making those bubbles of like swamp gas.
They weren't doing those bubbles didn't exist until we
He
attacked.
did his thing.
But me and Charles, we were lying overhead when we first saw him, and he was incanting. spelling, you know.
Spelling. Magic shit.
Yeah.
But
Big dick.
if the bubbles of swamp gas from other places, because that's what we think it is it's decomposing down here and the bubbles are popping through the forest, which is what's got all the elves running for the desert.
You're running for the hills.
Well, run for
Not
the
unfair.
But you know, he was making more of that stuff, so maybe he was like sort of, you know, trying to like get the forest stuck in the somewhere else.
Charlie, I know this spell is disgusting to you and me. Can the dead lie? I think I've asked this before, actually. Can they lie?
In the spell description, they
I mustn't
may.
try.
The course is under no compulsion to offer a truthful answer. If you are hostile towards it or recognizes you as an enemy,
Charles would know this. It's not going to work. This guy's going to basically flip us the bird and just die again.
Well, can't someone disguise themselves as an elf?
Just quick question.
Well, you
Elf
might.
mushroom guy.
yes.
Could we get him to ask the questions?
It's a mushroom. Legs. A lacking mouth.
Well, this how long? Like, we don't have to ask the questions tonight, do we?
No.
Okay, well, we can just pop him back in the bag.
It's amazing how normal sudden things get all of a sudden. You know, I mean, if he'd done this like months ago, I would be very weirded out. But now it just seems like perfectly reasonable, normal thing to do. Sure.
Yes. Pop him back in the bag.
Did he have a spell book or anything?
I want a bag that says Jack's
Does he have a spell book? That is a jolly good question. I think he might do.
I want a very.
Oh, I've already got one elven spell book, so you know I can just add to the collection.
Ooh,
I'm just thinking,
like lightsabers, you know, as collecting them.
no, Jack can multi-class into a wizard. You know.
Can you actually read the Elvish script?
That says
Yeah.
Jack.
I'll figure it out. That's how sorcerers are born. I figured it out.
I know Common, Dwarvish, Giant, Orcish, and Primordial as languages.
And I know 3 languages, and one of them technically isn't a language.
I'm also not smart enough to become a wizard. In fact,
I am.
I think the only thing I can multi-class into is rogue.
By the
Everyone,
stat block,
everyone can.
yes, they would have a spell. They would have a spell book.
Right, I will add another spell book to the list.
At this point, I might steal those spell books and to start becoming a mage. It'd be hilarious.
Killian, you could read all this spell book.
I know, that's what I was just thinking about, and I was like, Killian is not one to study.
Yes, herein lies a rub. It's like, I'd like to be a mage. You have to read all these books. Okay.
I'd just stick with the worm.
Stick with the worm.
Okay.
Get in my belly.
Well, we
Yes,
think
exactly.
about questions and come up with them next time we camp, because we may just sort of rock up and have a chat with the Enjipari people, and you never know.
Well, I think we get a good rest. We move on. Some time. Our little friend here doesn't seem to know how long we'll be down here, but he seems to know the way at least.
Do you know who he was?
Brack here.
The mushroom.
Bracker.
He does then.
Yeah, he the mushrooms that have taken over his body recognise his name.
Oh.
Yeah.
Does he have his memories?
No, because he doesn't know what day is.
Hmm. So it's not brachia then, it's just more
What if they're absorbing him?
brachia-light?
What do they absorb?
Brachia-like?
Investigate, speak to.
Because they recognise his name from absorbing him. So would they absorb his memories,
Is that where he recognised the name?
or is it just that they've heard? It'll be from when they've heard it.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Well, brachia was clearly communing with the mushrooms regular basis.
He was clearly a douchebag.
Oh, he wasn't. He was a genuinely good, a nice individual.
Killian didn't like him.
Was genuinely a nice individual. I think he was naive like you wouldn't believe, but I think he was quite nice. He made a great horse.
They did seem quite innocent in a way. It's a shame that they're no longer on this mortal coil.
I think they would see it differently, strangely enough.
Really?
I think we, in a strange way, being made part of the mycelium mass is heaven for them. So in a way, they've got immortality.
When they like elves anyway, so like, don't they just live forever?
Oh no, elves don't live forever; just live a very long time.
Do they live longer than mushrooms?
They live longer than me.
I suppose mushroom's cycle of life is much different, isn't it? It blooms, it goes into a shallow, like a dormant state, then blooms again. The mushroom that we see is the fruiting body, and the mycelial is the actual plant.
I didn't know you knew so much about mushrooms.
Neither did I. Until maybe they shared something with me.
You may want to be cautious of all that sharing thing. I mean, that hamster thing shared itself with me, and I don't recommend it.
It was quite a swingly thing. Scurrying around.
Drugging people.
Is lava a drug?
No, the drug was a drug.
I see.
And why do you have a t-shirt that says "obey" on it? By the way, just noticed it.
And the thing is, I've just seen you've got your Dungeon Master badge.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
And then I gave you the world's best DM mug.
Yeah.
What's
I'm
that?
trying to.
You're gonna get into it, yeah.
Yeah. And you do. You sleep. You close your eyes. You
Yes, sir.
fall asleep beneath the obey. Beneath the rocky surface, and you're back against this wooden slope that you lay upon, and your dreams are peaceful. There are no infringements on them. There
Well,
are no. Sorry.
well, I think, can I just ask one thing?
Mm.
Can I like do a slice into the tree root, into the bark, and basically see if there's any kind of crystal contamination this far up? In fact, I would probably do it over the course of travel to sort of see how far up the tree.
Yes, they're definitely. You can see the tracts of it. Like, it seems the vastness of this tree, the infection is small due to the proportional size of the crystal.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? So
Yeah.
what could be pulled into it cannot be dispersed enough through its massive form.
So that crystal we saw was basically what was left, like a sugar lump dissolving in tea. Wow, this tree's had a lot of crystals in it.
Well, we can see if like it's like we can check it in the morning and see if like it's leaked out.
Yeah, because trees will. No. Question. I have a question. The great tree. Tapping the tree. Is it deciduous?
I don't know. I need to see the leaves to tell you that.
Yeah. Okay.
We can ask back here when we wake him up.
Hmm.
No, Bracken is dead. Do the dead sleep?
You said running
How are you going to win?
I don't like saying bring him back from the dead.
We're not bracket the mushroom.
Oh, back is the mushroom. So no, this
Yeah.
in Chicago. So yeah,
That's what I'm talking about.
He's back in the bag. It's fine.
Chap in the bag.
Did you just say clap in the bag?
no chap in the bag.
They said clap in the bag. I was
Chap
like,
in the bag. We got a chap in the bag.
Anyway, it was just a quick while I thought of the question because
Yeah,
otherwise
no, it's good.
I'm going to forget it in 2 weeks' time. So we're going to have a rest and then we'll carry on up the tree tomorrow. Or
Yes,
in
that's it.
2 weeks' time.
Rest and up the tree in the morn, and you close your eyes, and your dreams are untroubled. They are quiet. They're peaceful. There's none of that strange tingling of magics that might be infesting your dreams. They are just normal dreams about whatever you dream about. You, croissants, dancing with worms in an ice skating rink. Jax, you at a forge, beating out plate metal and shaping armor and feeling the heat of the furnace against your arm. Erwin, you are watching children run by as you.
I'm probably reliving my childhood. I'm probably at the dinner table with the rest of my friends talking about nonsense and planning our next schemes and other such things. Yeah.
And how has that changed? But
I got slightly bigger. But only
I don't know,
slightly.
it's slightly. It's like
Kind of small.
And Charles dreams. Also,
cool.
that's where we'll stop the session.
ooh.
Thank
Ooh.
you, everybody.